Hello, I'm Jeremy, and I'm gonna make a video on George Floyd here because apparently, I don't know, people just don't know or don't care or whatever. So I've seen several video footage angles of the whole George Floyd thing. There's this one right here. It's taken from some kind of camera outside of a building. So there's no sound to it. Part of the problem with this is I watched one video, maybe it was this one, but I think it was another one, where they have some kind of stupid sob music going on in the back. It's like, I'm not going to be sobbing over any of this. I went up to the top and did the little mute thing up there because I was like, don't give me this crap. You can take that in over to that sucker over there, but I'm not falling for that. But there's problems with the officers too. It's all the way around the board. And so the video starts off where he's pulled over in his car. He's got some friends. Some people are coming and going. I don't know what that's about. If I had to make a guess, I would say it would be up to no good. So, here's one guy that's coming up to the car, and then this guy comes up to the car too, and they sit there and they talk, and it's like, what are you doing? Nobody's ever just randomly come up and talk to me whenever I'm parked somewhere. But I don't just park somewhere and just sit there and do absolutely nothing. So I know what it looks like to me. Cops get called. I don't even know why the cops were called. There's been so many of these that they all kind of run together. At first I was thinking that guy at, what was it, Whataburger? He was in the parking lot just sitting there doing nothing again. So the cops come, and that Derek Chauvin guy, he's not even there. It's two other officers who come in their car first, whoever the hell these two stooges are right here. And then Mo and Larry come later here, Chavez and that little fat bastard right there. There he is. And whenever you watch the video, he takes his knee up several times throughout the entire thing. But from my understanding is that he was having problems breathing. But it wasn't because of that. It was because of all the fentanyl in his system. So if you enjoy all this and you want to know more of the facts and you don't want to be manipulated and controlled from anyone, and it's like, no, I'd like to just kind of get to the bottom of this. Like, subscribe, hit the thumbs up. I've got Patreon, Subscribe Star. I'm going to make a website completely dedicated to all this, and it's got a lot more to it. I'll get more into it as it all grows and gets bigger. But he relieves the pressure on the back of his neck constantly. It's on the back of his neck, not on his throat. This is what he was taught to do as an officer. So there must be something to it, because if it was really that dangerous, then people should be dying all the time from this. Why is this the first time we've heard about it? Why is it the only time that we've heard about it? You think that this never happened before? So no, you're not going to convince me that this is it. And especially with the report saying that he had all that fentanyl in his system. And from my understanding right now, and this could be wrong, I haven't checked it, but he took an unusually high amount right before the cops came. So my guess is that he was actually there selling drugs. The cops came, he swallowed it, and then he had this happen to him. So can he not breathe? Yeah, I think he's absolutely telling the truth. He can't breathe. But it's not because of that. It's because he's overdosing right now. That's why. So I worked out at a level 5 maximum security prison here in Texas. They've got 2 of them, and then they also have Huntsville, which is a level 5 too. And one of the problems that you face is that you don't ever know whenever anybody's telling the truth, because they all lie and exaggerate they exaggerate like crazy. And so you don't ever know. It's exactly that story of the boy who cried wolf too many times. Did it for attention, And then whenever the wolf finally did come, nobody paid attention to the boy because it's just another lie again. Same thing. And they do this constantly. And they'll walk up to you, they'll be really nice, and they'll just say every little thing straight to your face, and then in the second that you're gone, it was all BS. And so it makes it hard. You don't know whenever something is a sincere thing or not. And this guy, whenever you're watching that video footage of him where it's off of the building, he's just squirming, he's just acting like it's all just... It's like there's one point where he gets up, and the officer's helping him up off of the side of the building. And he starts kind of having an episode or something. Then he stops, and he's all calm again. It's like, make up your mind. What is it? I don't blame the officers for not being mind readers and not being able to tell that this guy was having some kind of medical condition because he didn't tell them that he took all this fentanyl. You know, people are dumb. It's like there's a difference between a cop and a lawyer, too. That you think that you can make your case before a cop. Cop's not there. Cop is there to investigate criminal activities, not civil activities. And people want to talk to these cops like they're lawyers and judges and they can make some kind of case to them. It's like, no, you can't. And you hear it with all these stupid people in these videos all the time, trying to talk to them like they're lawyers. It's like, no, it's not. If you ever say that you hurt somebody or if you've committed a crime, then that's all the cop needs, and you're going to go to jail. It doesn't matter. This is the exact same thing whenever you have a gun and you do defend yourself, but you end up shooting or killing somebody. It's like the cop is not a lawyer. The cop can't determine the facts of all this because that's not that job. It's just like with a doctor and a nurse. A nurse does not perform the surgery. The doctor does. They're closely associated with each other. They're both in the medical field, but there's no way that you're going to want that nurse performing the surgery. It's going to be, no, I want the doctor. A nurse might be able to close up the stitches after the surgery is done, but doesn't actually do the surgery itself. Same thing with this. And it's like, why? Why are people so confused about this? Some of this is the education system. You know, we should learn in school kind of a clearer role of what it is that an officer is actually supposed to do versus a lawyer and a judge. It wasn't that clear to me. I have some understanding, but it definitely could have been clearer. And then he cries out for his mama. It's like, yeah, a lot of them do because they're basically adults in children's bodies. They never learned how to take care of themselves, and so they always rush to mama for stuff. And then here's where I'm going to say that the officer's definitely a pile of trash right here. And that is, he stopped moving. There's two big problems. One is that he's in cuffs. And whenever I saw this video, I thought of Rodney King with the LA riots whenever Rodney King got beat down. Man, if you saw that stupid video, it's like 8, 9, 10 officers surrounding this guy and they just keep beating him. It's like, well, he was on drugs and he kept getting up. It's like, yeah, he did keep getting up. Yeah, he was taking a beating that most people shouldn't be able to take. But you outnumbered him 8-1, 9-1, whatever the number was. What the hell's wrong with you? If you're a bunch of cowards and you're all afraid to take on one guy, then you've got the wrong job. And it's the same thing whenever I see this. There were 4 officers here with a guy who was already in cuffs. He was in cuffs whenever, what's his name, Derek Chauvin or whatever, whenever he arrived, he was already in cuffs because the first car with the first 2 officers already put him in cuffs. So what the hell was the point of all this? Why was he putting him down like this? It's like, if you're this much of a coward, I don't understand what's going on. It's like, what's he going to do? He's in cuffs. He can't do hardly anything. It's like, good luck even running. How well are you going to run with your arms cuffed behind you? Because your arms help with your balance, and you're just going to trip and fall all over yourself if you try to run as fast as you normally could. And this guy, he's older. George, he's an older man. He's not in his 20s or his teens. He's not going to take off like a speeding bullet. It's not going to happen at all. You know, and then Chavez is his fat buddy over there who's just like, well, yeah, what standards that we have for the officers? It's like, no, that's trash too. So I would say that, yeah, I don't understand. Well, I guess, could the four of them have kind of manhandled him into the car? And I would say yes, because it's not like he needs to sit down. You can just put him in the back where he's just laying there on the back seat, because it's just one long seat. It's like, ooh, big deal. Okay, well, so what? But the biggest problem that I have, though, is that he stops moving. Stops moving, closes his eyes. I mean, one thing that you do learn about offenders is that they're drama queens. That they love to play it up. They love to yell and shout and scream and exaggerate and just bring attention to themselves, because what happens is that you can't ascertain a situation by just what's going on right there. If you don't know the backstory and everything else that led up to it, then you need to shut the hell up and mind your own damn business. If you want, you can be a good observer. You can take out your cell phone, but you need to keep your stupid opinions to yourself, because that's exactly what they are. And it's the same thing. It happened to me. I got suckered into it. I watched the video, and it was like, oh my goodness, yes, this is horrible. This is absolute trash. But as I learned more, it was like, no, he's got fentanyl in his system. He's got a record already. It's not like this guy was some kind of saint. I saw another video where there was this black pastor talking about how maybe Americans will start listening to us and that the white church is going to help us. Like, no, absolutely not. There's a difference between a black Christian and a black thug. Same thing with a white Christian and a white thug. Screw all the thugs. I don't care the color of your skin. I give a damn about what you're doing. Man, if you're going to be a good person, great. Man, nice to meet you. How are you doing? How's your day been? But if you're some kind of thug, it's like, you can take your trouble and get the hell out of my face. That's not me. It's not my life. Get to stepping. But yeah, he's just there. There's this fat, pudgy. It's like, what? Why? Why is this? It's like, yeah, maybe you are scared if this is your backup right here. I just don't get it. Or maybe he is all right, but he doesn't know what size shirt he's supposed to wear or something. I don't know. But he's still back there. He's still not moving. I don't understand why he's still in this freaking position. And this means nothing. It's like, where did you get this from? You can find this. Is this the same chokehold? Is this a different kind of chokehold? Is this the same precinct? Well, what are you talking about? You aren't showing me anything. I mean, I could type this up if you really wanted to be anal about it. I could absolutely type this thing up. And just because it's the same thing with prescription drugs, whenever you see those commercials and they talk about, yeah, this will clear you up of your congestion or whatever, and some of the side effects might be dizziness, nauseous, anal bleeding. Just because it's there as a side effect doesn't mean that it's going to be something that happens. A lot of times those things also happen because there's something else that's going on. This is why you don't mix medications. And it's the same thing with this. This is just something that they put to kind of cover their necks. And so an example of this would be in case if you're dealing with someone who's drunk. It's like, okay, maybe you have to take more precautions whenever you're putting someone in this kind of hold whenever they're drunk or high, or maybe whenever you're dealing with a woman or a child or something like that. It's like, okay, it makes sense. But they're talking about the normal, average, healthy person. It's like, yes, put them down and wait until the adrenaline's gone out of their system and then deal with them then. So don't flash some kind of trash in front of my face. I'm not going to believe you. I don't know who you are. I don't know who this person is who put this video up or who put this little expose together. It's like, bite me. Black Lives Matter. Man, what a load of trash right there. You know what? If you were really concerned about what it is that cops are doing with people, then you would also want every single person involved with it. And officers kill more white people than black people. And so you should be saying all lives matter. So why are you only interested in the black community? Why not everyone? Wouldn't you get more done with the more people that you have on your sides? No. So you can take that bigoted crap and you can go shut it. So I'm tired of the lies. So I just had to make a quick video on this because of the trial that's going on. It's like, yeah, he should get away. He should not be charged with murder at all. And because even though the guy George Floyd, even though he passes out and he dies, that still doesn't mean that he could have saved him, because again, just like the cop isn't a lawyer, he's not a medic or a nurse either. So I don't know what could have been done. He might have just been keeping him there because I don't know if he's faking, which that would seem pretty weak sauce to me, because he's in cuffs. So what? He could have gotten off of his neck, but I don't think the neck had anything to do with it. Again, like I said, if you watch the video, he moves his knee up several times through it. No, it's not his fault that George Floyd didn't say, "I'm having problems breathing because I just took a crap ton of fentanyl, that it's all in my system." So anyways, if you like all this stuff, thumbs up, like, subscribe, become a member. I've got Patreon and Subscribe Star, and we'll do more of this stuff. Thanks a lot. See you later. Bye.